Hello, beautiful humans, and thank you for listening and supporting the Thrive Forever Fit show. It truly means the world to me that you guys take the time out of your precious days to listen to me ramble and rant about things that I find entertaining, engaging, and meaningful in my life. I am unbelievably in abundance of gratitude for you, and I'm so thankful that you are listening to the show and supporting me. Today's show is sponsored by Thrive Elite BCAAs Plus. If you're watching on YouTube, you can take a little quick glance here. This is what this bad boy looks like. Guys, this is a product that I created where hydration meets recovery. And so what branched chain amino acids are is they're a component of your muscle repair and recovery. They eliminate free radicals. They basically help your body heal after a workout, a hike, a walk, or whatever it might be. And what I did is I took electrolytes, which are responsible for hydration, and I incorporated them into the branched chain amino acids. That's why it has that little plus sign. It is a beautifully unique product. There's not another product in the market like this. And I did that because I understand the importance of staying hydrated for recovery, for weight loss, for sanity, for your everything, like overall wellness. If you get dehydrated, you are not going to be highly functioning. You're not going to burn fat. You're not going to lose weight. You're not going to recover. You're going to feel like crap. You're going to be sore. And this is the reason I created this product. And I took it a step further and I added a full serving of glutamine. Glutamine is the most abundant amino acid in your skeletal muscle tissue. It's responsible for immunity and recovery and repair. This is the trifecta of awesomeness. And so if you live in the desert where I live, it's over 100 degrees already. I am jacking 2 of these a day every single day to make sure that I do not get dehydrated. And I would highly recommend you do the same thing. It's simple to drink. It's delicious. You are absolutely going to love it. I promise you. I'll drop the link in the show notes, or you can just go to thriveforeverfit.com, go to store, grab yourself a bottle. If you don't love it, call me and I'll give your money back. Guaranteed. It is that damn delicious. All right, let's get on with the show. Not an option. I want you to think about that statement. Super short, 3 words, unbelievably powerful. Not an option. So this is something that I have programmed and conditioned myself to use on my success journey. So in this episode, I'm going to discuss how I remove excuses from my life by not making them an available selection. Now, I know that sounds a little bit wacky and a little bit wild. You have to stay with me on this one. This episode is going to be short, but it's going to be unbelievably powerful if you will implement the strategy that I'm going to deliver to you today. So this is how I think, guys. This is how I am conditioned because of the way I program myself to not allow excuses to be available options for selection. Now, stay with me. Choice is defined as an act of choosing between 2 or more possibilities. Makes sense? Whereas options are the provided possibilities amongst which something is chosen from. Now, I know I'm going to read that again. Choice is defined as the act of choosing between 2 or more possibilities, whereas options are the provided possibilities amongst which something is chosen from. And that is the very reason I have created for myself not an option mindset. Right? This mindset allows me to ensure success because I don't give myself the option for the alternative. This means I remove the provided possibility. Think about that. Options are there to provide you with the possibility of choosing something different than what you originally said that you want. And I'm going to explain to you in a few minutes how your human psychology, how you're programmed as a human, how your brain is actually working against you for everything that you say that you want. So by removing the provided possibility from the equation, it leaves me only one option, and that one option is the desired outcome. You see, humans are hardwired to follow the path of least resistance. This means we will always select the easy option when it is available. And I'm not making this up. This is psychological human behavior. Science shows us that the brain, our brains, trick us into believing that the low-hanging fruit on the tree is actually the ripest. So the studies have shown that the cost to act influences people's behavior. Now, what that means is, listen, the cost to act, that means what is it going to cost you through your actions to get the desired thing that you said that you wanted. And if you have an option available that costs you less, you will always take that option. And by cost, I mean action. By cost, I mean what you're going to have to persevere through, the ability to overcome the challenges. You will always choose the path of least resistance. And so the cost of action influences your behavior and your decision, but it even changes what you think is true, meaning that because it's easier to pick the fruit that is the lowest hanging on the tree, we have created a belief system that that low hanging fruit is also the best fruit. And that's just not true. And the problem with that is, if it was just fruit on a tree, who gives a shit? But we do the very same thing with our success. We settle for the easy win instead of pushing through the challenge and the adversity to achieve what we actually desired in the first place. Think about all the times in your life that you've settled for something you didn't really want because the act of doing it was going to be more costly than you thought it was worth. And so you chose the alternative option. This is why the not an option mindset is the only way that you're going to win when it comes to the things that you want to get out of life. If you give yourself the option, you will take the option. We are programmed to settle. We're programmed to tolerate, and you will always, and you will only get what you are willing to tolerate. And if you are willing to tolerate that secondary thing instead of the main thing that you really want, then you're going to get what you tolerate. You're always going to choose the option, guys. And that's why you have to develop this mindset. And it will not come easy. You will have to reprogram your brain. You will have to work through the process of eliminating your excuses, eliminating your options so that you can't settle for them. Because if you give yourself an out, you will take the out. Your brain will try to find the way. And in the beginning of the reprogramming, your brain is going to do everything to work against you. It is going to try to show you the path of quote unquote least resistance that is going to get you to something that is in a resemblance of the thing that you want, but not actually the thing that you want. And you're going to settle for it. You're already doing it. Some of you guys are settling for a body that you really don't want because the act to get the thing that you want seems too daunting. Some of you guys are settling for a job or for money that you really isn't what you desire, but it's easier than going after the thing that you want. Some of you guys are settling for a relationship that's just basic and mediocre because it's easier than going out there and achieving and becoming the person that you need to be to get the person that you desire. We settle. We're programmed to settle. Our brains are programmed for us to settle. I see it all the time. I'm not immune to it. My brain tries to get me to do the very same thing. Remove the option to settle. Remove the option to choose the alternative. And this is simply why I have removed options from my playbook. When I make the decision that I'm going to do something, that is the only decision. There are no other options. There are no possibilities. There are no other choices. And some of you are saying, yeah, but what if this happens? It is going to happen. That shit is going to happen. You can guarantee it. I'm ready for it because I'm never going to stop and I'm never going to settle for that alternative. I'm never going to settle for plan B. If you have a plan B, you will get plan B. If you have plan C, you will get plan C. Now, I know people, I heard the other day, somebody said, well, I've had a plan A, B, C, D, E, and F, and I'm really successful. You know what? There wasn't a lot of depth behind that answer. right? And then that there wasn't a lot of substance behind the person who said this. And the person who said it was really, really successful. But I'd like to have a conversation with them about that plan A, B, C, D, E, and F. Because I bet you, I just simply bet you that they didn't have all those options available. And if they did, they're just an unbelievably unique human that maybe their brain works a little bit differently than ours does. But the human brain is designed to keep you safe, to help you avoid pain, to show you the path of least resistance. And I can promise you, if you allow it to dictate your success, you're always going to find yourself settling for something that you really didn't want. And some of those things are going to be okay. Some of that settling is going to be okay. And you're going to convince yourself. It's like I talk about, we've convinced ourselves that the lowest hanging fruit is the best fruit on the entire tree. You're going to convince yourself that this is the best job that you could have, the best relationship you could have, the best body or physique or wellness or health that you could have. And it's just simply not true. You've simply allowed yourself to tolerate an option that was close enough to the thing that you said you wanted. And I can promise you one thing, if you'll remove options from your playbook and you'll start to not give yourself an out, and the only answer is you're going to work, you're going to strive, you're going to overcome, you're going to keep stepping forward until you get to the actual place, the destination that you know you really want. And then you're going to be able to turn around and look at all of those options that you bypassed along the way, and they're not going to be worth it. It wouldn't have been worth settling. A life lived is not worth settling, guys. You have to stop settling for average or mediocre. You're too great for that. You were born for more than that. You deserve more than that. And the only way you're going to get it is if you remove options from your playbook. I know this is short. I know maybe it was a little intense, but I'm convinced with every ounce of my being that this is the only way. That if you'll remove options, if you'll develop the not an option mindset, that you will begin to get things out of life that you only thought were vaguely possible, that you'd only dreamed about, that you thought only other people could get. The truth is this, if other people can get it, you can get it. We live in a world of abundance. If I can do it, you can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. If there's no barrier that you can't overcome if you remove excuses and options from the blueprint. So make the decision that the thing you want is the thing you're going to go after, and you're not going to stop, regardless of how appealing those options look. You're going to go right past it. You're going to bypass it, because the thing that you really desire is so worth it, because you are so worth it. Guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I say this all the time. The fact that you listen to this show blows my brain. I am unbelievably grateful for you. I love you. I want you to win. I don't want this episode to be too intense. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a place of simply just wanting you to win. I'm coming from a place of simply watching too many people settle for things that they really don't want. And I see their true potential. I see that you've got more inside of you. I see that you can be more, have more, do more. If you're just simply willing to stop settling for the options, stop settling for the excuses that you've created. You've created a bunch of beliefs that the things that you have are the things that you really, really, really want. But deep down inside, I know that if you were honest, if you were really honest, you'd say, you know what? I'm settling for some things that really aren't what I want. And the reason I settle for them is because I thought the actions necessary to get the thing that I actually want were going to be too massive. I can promise you they're not. I can promise you they'll be worth it. And I can promise you you're so strong, and you're going to get stronger the more you keep stepping through those adversities and challenges. The more you keep showing up, the more you keep deflecting options, the more you keep overcoming your own excuses, the more you stop allowing your brain to dictate your success in life. you start dictating. You dictate your success, guys. You deserve it. All right. Love you. See you next weekend with another episode. Bye.